Welcome to a new AI agent tutorial. This is the second video of the series AI agent framework benchmark. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna test different AI agent frameworks and benchmark them. And at the end of the series, you're gonna get a summary of all the different AI agent frameworks that I tested and the results, how I compare them. So in this video, we're gonna test LangGraph. So what we're gonna do is we will do an NI stock. We will build an NI stock analyst, and this analyst will first get ticker information like the stock information from Yahoo Finance API. Then it will get the Warren Buffett principles from a file, and then it will analyze the stock based on this data and based on these principles. And then finally it will write all the results to a file. Okay, so one thing I want to first show you the Warren Buffett principles. Those are like the basic Warren Buffett principles. He really likes value stocks, which are like already established in the market, which have a proved business model. He looks for a competitive advantage. He looks for the quality of management, and he really likes stocks with dividends and some more things. So all of these data, all of these principles will be applied in the stock analysis then. So let's jump into the code. What we have, yes, of course, I used LangChain. I used LangChain, which is like based on LangGraph. No, I used LangGraph, which is based on LangChain. Exactly. For example, CrewAI based on LangChain too, but LangGraph is a little bit more complex, as you will see soon. So the first thing what we do, we define a function for set up our agent. Then this function you can reuse for other use cases. And the agent, we're going to use some tools because of course it has to read the file. It has later to write some code. It has like write some content to a file, and we need the API calls. So for that, LangGraph has like for the tool, for the file management, it has like built-in tools, built-in functionality, which is the file management tool. Here we defined the root and with the selected tools. So we want to read file, write file, and list directory. The nice thing about the list directory is that it opens the folder, which you defined here, checks all the files which are inside, and then decides which file to use. And the more precise you're in the prompt, the better the chances that it's really using the one that you want, the best one, let's say. So, let's continue. We clear this up a little bit here. Okay, so let's continue. So the first thing what we want to do, okay, now I explained the tools, and the Yahoo Finance tool we defined ourselves, and this is pretty straightforward. I give it the tool a name, a custom name. I defined which data will be input, so which is in this case the ticker symbol, and then you can give it a short description of how you want to do it. So pandas, it's actually in this case we don't need. So input is the ticker symbol of a stock. It would return stock data. So only with this basic information, the large language model knows how to use this tool and what it will get in return, which data it will return the tool. So just a quick summary of what we got. So we have here. Yes, we return the basic KPIs, like all the KPIs which are necessary, which usually Warren Buffett with his principles takes a look at. So we have the the company name, the current price, 52-week high, 50 low, the PE ratio. We have the free cash flow, profit margin, and things like that. And with this data, you can already give like a rough estimation of the quality of a stock. Okay, so then we continue. So first thing, what is very nice about LangGraph, or it's LangGraph and LangChain actually, these two things always work very closely together. So what is very nice is that you can pull prompts from their library. So here we have an agent which is very good at tool usage. So in this case, I just use this agent. And yeah, I just use one agent because this agent, as I realized, is able to handle all the things that I wanted to do. So we get this prompt for this agent, which is very good at tools usage, and we're going to use it. For the model, we use the GPT-4o mini model. I usually like to work with the smaller models instead of the bigger models because they are faster and they are less expensive. Sometimes I like, if something is not working, sometimes I do choose the more powerful model. So that would be in this case 4o instead of 4o mini. If it's not working, if it does work with the GPT-4o with a frontier model, with a more powerful model, then I usually know that I have to improve my prompting. If it does not work, then I have to change the structure of my agent, or my agent framework, my agent workflow. So then at the end, we're going to create a tool calling agent. This function as well, we imported from LangChain agents. So this is as well like a predefined agent, let's say, and we give it the LLM we want to use, the tools we want to use, and the prompt. And the prompt we will extend a little bit later. And then we just do return agent executor, and that will then define our agent. Verbis we put on true because we want to see all the outputs, we want to see what is happening. If you put verbis to false, you will not see so much information, you basically just see the final result, what you will get. Yeah, then in our main file, we just defined the ticker symbol. So in this case, we want to analyze Apple. And here's like, as we use the OpenAI key, we just want to check if it is actually getting correctly our OpenAI key. We use, as we defined here, we use OpenAI, and I defined the key in my local environment, and I loaded the local environment with load.environment here. So two more things. What I like to chat is the LangChain tracing. So you can, this I show you later. When you run your agent, you can actually see everything what is happening. This is natively done with LangChain. Actually, it's called LangSmith. For that, you need an API key too. But if you check the docs, it's very easy to find out how to do that. And then we have, I defined my project, which is just like the stock analysis. This is just for seeing better, to have it ordered in project. It's nice for later analyzing your agent drill downs. Good. So that's it. So then we just define our agent executor. So we do the setup, we call this function, which we already went through. And then we want to invoke like another prompt. So this is more like the system prompt, which we already got. And now we want to add like the user prompt. So what I wrote. So I really like this. I kind of adapted from CrewAI. As this is kind of the task, I like to give it like a description and an expected output. The more structured you define your task, the better the results will be. So first, for a given ticker, the ticker symbol, which we have here, which will be Apple, fetch the data using the yfinance tool. Then get Warren Buffett investment principles by opening the file Warren Buffett investment principles, this file here. Then you provide a comprehensive analysis of the ticker, write short and concise the pros, why Warren Buffett would invest in the company, and then the cons, why he wouldn't. Then summarize the company evaluation and provide a recommendation. Then give a Warren Buffett buy recommendation from 0 to 10. 10 is best. This I really like to do like a lot of times, and because to give ratings, to rate your output, you can do this with kind of everything. For example, you ask the agent, okay, write me a SEO page, a SEO optimized page or blog article. Then you ask the agent, okay, give it a rating. And if the rating is not like the best, you tell it, okay, improve it. And then you give it the rating again. And by that you can improve. And what is very, very nice is that the rating is so far, actually, if you use the GPT-4 mini model, usually the rating is consistent. So it gives a rating, you will see that soon. For example, for Apple, it gives a rating, I don't know, let's say 6. And if you run it again, it will give the rating 6 again. And if you run it again, it should stay 6. Maybe it's once is like 5 or like 7, but in general it's very close to the original result. So this is why using this rating strategy is very powerful. And then finally write the result to the file stock analysis txt file, which we will have here, which is right now, which is empty. And then as at the end, we want our output be structured in a specific way. So first we want the pros why Warren Buffett would invest in this company. Then we have the cons why Warren wouldn't invest in this company. And then we have the company evaluation summary. And then finally the Warren Buffett buy recommendation. So yeah, that's the basic structure. So and the agent we invoke, we have the input, which will be the prompt. That's the only thing what we invoke here. And then finally we're gonna print the results. Yeah, I would say that's it so far. We just give it a try and see what's happening. So we start with Apple, and yeah, I think we can do 2 stocks, I would say. So let's say Apple and ticker Nvidia. So we do Apple and then we do Nvidia, and let's see what's happening. So we just started. And yeah, basically, okay, this I will show you soon. So we now have the results. The buy recommendation is 7 of 10. And yeah, let's see if it put the data in the file. Here we have the data in the file now. We have a comprehensive analysis of Apple. So first we have the pros that we wanted. Let's check everything. So we wanted first the pros. That is what we have. Then we want the cons. Here we have the cons. Then we want a compared company evaluation summary. So here we have the summary, and we have the Warren Buffett buy recommendation. So Apple Inc. remains a robust company with a strong brand, impressive financial metrics, and a solid growth trajectory. However, its high valuation and significant debt levels could be area of concern for conservative investors. Yeah, blah blah blah. So that's why it's not a 10 of 10. It is a good company, definitely a good company, but the valuation is quite high and maybe not the perfect buy right now. But this is not an investment. This is not an investment recommendation of any kind. It's just like a little tool what we write, so don't take it serious. You have to do your own analysis and talk to professionals if you want to buy a stock properly. So this is not a buy, sell, or any kind of recommendation concerning stocks. Okay, so that's what we got. So now we can go to we have now here this is LangSmith actually. So here we're gonna see how long it took to execute. This was like 22 seconds. And we spent 1,500 tokens. Oh no, sorry. That's this one which we are talking about. So it took like 13 seconds to run, and we spent 1,100 tokens, and the price is like, this would be 1 cent, so it's 0.004 cents what we spent for this run. So that's pretty good. And yeah, that's basically it. We run it. It worked. I just run it again for you so you can see what is actually happening here. And so if I just run it again, then you can see what is happening. So it is running right now. And yeah, did it finish already? Yes, it finished already. And then you can see, you can go to each step and see what's actually happening here. Yeah, that's very nice for debugging. And what is nice that you see how long it ran and what it cost and things like that. And those things are very important for our benchmark, what we want to do now. One more thing. Yes, if you want to use it, you just have to register at LangChain. I will put all the put all the code in the description and all the links in the descriptions, which were important. You only have to do, you go here and then you just create your API key and then you pass it in the environment variables, and then you will see all the results here when you run your LangGraph agent frameworks. Okay, so let's start with the benchmark. Yes, so I did, as you can see here, I did previously 3 runs and I did the average of this run. So on average, this cost like 0.004 cents. The total tokens were 1,200. That's pretty good. The lines of code for the tool, beside the tool, was like 81. And the lines of code for the tool was 60, and the execution time was once 10 seconds, 13 seconds, 22 seconds, so in total 15 seconds, which could be faster. I mean, but this depends a little bit on the models you use. GPT-4o Mini is already quite fast, and but this will improve over time. For example, if you would use Grok, I could imagine that the speed is a lot faster if you don't have to wait, if you're not getting into the queue. Okay, so the libraries you need to install is the Yahoo Finance library, the LangGraph, and the LangGraph OpenAI. And if you want to use Anthropic or any other, or like Grok, you have to use the model-specific LangChain library here. So, the tricky parts of it, or like things that were not so straightforward. Working with LangGraph is not that straightforward. It is pretty complex because you can do so many different things. And I had to watch lots of tutorials, read a lot of tutorials and check a lot of examples to get it work, even though it's quite a simple workflow. you can build workflows which are a lot more complex at the end. So what I liked about it, what is nice, it is well documented, and you have a lot of examples and a lot of tutorials. What is not so nice is that many tutorials didn't actually work, or I guess because they're outdated. I think they change a lot on LangChain. Usually they have many commits per month, so I guess it's very hard for them to keep the tutorials updated. So this is a con. And the ease of use, it is hard to use, I have to admit. Yeah, it is extremely powerful. You can do everything. And what I really like about it is that you can take out a little bit of the fuzziness of large language models. With LangChain, it's possible to define precisely, much more precisely than, for example, with CrewAI, what you want to do and what you expect, how you expect your agents to behave. So it's much more, it's more that the programming part is bigger, is quite big compared to the prompt engineering part. So it is definitely very powerful, and I think I will use it a lot more. But what you have to say, you need good programming skills for actually using it efficient, or you have to use the help of like ChatGPT or like Claude to make it run at the end. Yeah, thank you for watching. I will do much more videos about AI agents. And if you like the video, feel free to like it and maybe even subscribe. So see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.